Parenting teens and college kids is a huge challenge. Adults have to figure out how to relate to people who are trying to live independent lives while keeping them safe and teaching them about and worrying about money.
Lisa Heffernan and Mary Del Harrington co-founded Grown and Flown, a website and a book that provides some guidance for supporting your kids and staying close as a family while raising independent adults. Sounds easy, but it's not. Lisa and Mary Del are with us. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being with us. So it's so interesting because I think once you think, oh, they're off at college, my job is done, but that's when they're making what you call some of the most consequential decisions of their life, and that's when you really have a hands-off approach.
Well, I don't know if we would say entirely hands-off approach. We were raised to think that being a parent was an 18-year-long job, and it's a much, much longer job than that. But as we send our kids to college, there's some things that are super important to remind them of. We think, they have been under an enormous amount of stress the last 2 years. We all have, but it's fallen very, very heavily on the young. And so it's important to teach them about good stress and bad stress, how bad stress is what overwhelms us and that they need to find and learn ways to deal with it. And the good stress is what motivates us, and that we're there for them, when they have those moments that are challenging and difficult. One of the things we wanted to mention is over 60% of college students experience some sort of profound homesickness, yet they all think they're the only one going through that. So it's really helpful if we talk to our kids about the fact that most students feel some sadness, feel some longing for home, for the security and comfort that they're used to, and that they should know that we're there when they need us, and that it's a very typical thing to experience.
But what is the line between stepping in and fixing it and stepping back and letting them fail and learn from that failure?
I think it's really important to recognize that we want our teens and college students to come to us when they have a problem. That's what we do as adults. We talk to a good friend or our partner and talk about our problems. What is a big difference is if our teens or college students call us and say, "Can you fix this problem?" They need to learn that they have to take care of these things themselves. And that's part of the responsibility that we have before they go off to college is gradually letting out the kite string and making sure that they have more and more responsibilities so that they can begin to feel confident in their ability to make these changes.
You guys have a lot of details about, a checklist you should have for teens going through college. We can't run through all of them, but one of them that I remember when my daughter went that someone told me, it's this: you have to fill out a legal form and something because of HIPAA, because you don't have access if your kid gets in an accident or something. Talk about that.
Yeah, once they're 18, you have no access to their grades and certainly no access to their medical care or any decisions that are made. And, when they were 17, we had complete control over their medical care. They couldn't go to the doctor and get, a shot themselves. They couldn't do anything on themselves. Suddenly, one day, it's all theirs. So what we urge parents to do is to have their teenagers sign some forms. You can find them online. You can find them on our website. You can ask your own personal family lawyer for them. That allows them to consult with you, to allows a nurse or a doctor to consult with you, particularly if your child's been in an accident or seriously ill, because they really may not have the decision-making capacity yet about their health care, particularly those first couple of years in college where they've just begun to take responsibility for their health care.
So Mary, go ahead.
Well, the reason why it's so important to take care of these things now before your teen leaves to college is some of the forms have to be notarized. And you can only imagine how much easier it is to get this done now when they're still under roof than once they've left. So it's easy and fast, and as Lisa said, you can do it online pretty painlessly.
And real quick, I think a lot of kids look at college as a means to an end. I get these grades, I get this diploma, and then I get this paycheck. And you talk about what an opportunity it is to really kind of develop yourself.
Yeah, it's important to talk to them about that early on, and also about what your expectations are. I think one of my kids' expectations was a lot of video games during college. That was not my expectation. And it's super important to have that discussion. Sit down with them and ask them before they go, what kinds of things do you hope to achieve professionally, academically, socially, just in terms of your personal growth, your exploration of interests. If they go into college a little bit more intentionally, they're more likely to get more out of it.
Well, the event for the Glenbard Parent Series is virtual. Grown and Flown, How to Support Your Teen, is tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can check out glenbardgps.org and Grown and Flown, the website and book. Ladies, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.